and only personal page. Now today they're not doing anything. So we're going to do a loop around on that, everybody, to stream it from an attendee's point straight onto Facebook.
Okay.
So how does that affect sharing?
You won't be able to share it live right now through Facebook, unfortunately. We're going to see if it works around. Deb's on the back end trying to make sure it works. She's testing it out now. So.
Oh, I can see it.
Yeah, you're on.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see it on the Facebook.
Well, hang on. Let me.
I heard you're on. Where did that come from? All right, so it's confirmed. We even got Rich online here to send a message. Thanks, Rich, for sending a line. So we are live. We able to figure it out. So thanks, everybody, for joining us. Let me open up my screen here. So.
Yep, I see this.
You see it? It's good.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful day outside today, isn't it?
It is. It's beautiful.
I love it.
Okay.
Good deal. 2 o'clock when it gets started here. Thank you, everybody, for joining us today. Of course, my name's Kevin, and we are here with Rockin together, just bringing vendors together during this time that you're stuck in your homes right now. What to expect for the next 30 minutes. I'm going to introduce our amazing panelists right here. You know, I don't know which way I'm looking, but all over the screen here, they're joining us today. So we're going to introduce them in just a second, but I want to do a shout out to those that are attending via Zoom. Thank you so much. Feel free to use the Q&A or your hands up button to ask us questions or answer them live. If you're on Facebook, Rockin Photo Booth, Rockin Ramelli Cigar Bar, whatever, feel free to ask questions there. If you see this link on one of our panelists' page that are sharing it to their company, feel free to go back to the original post to ask your questions. If you ask them in the shared feed, we may not see it, but it'll be asked later, so answered later. So, hey, let's kick it off now. Thank you, everybody, for joining in. Our first panelist here we'd like to introduce is Roxy from Makeup by Roxy. She's the owner and been in business for 16 years. What Roxy truly loves about her job is the ability to be in a new place with new people every single day, and creating beauty and enjoying moments together. So welcome, Roxy.
Hey, Kevin, thanks so much for having me today. I appreciate it.
Yes, we're pumped to have you here. We can't wait for some of the Q&A that we're going to hit up on the beautifying yourself part. So,
right.
We have Bill Lambert here. Welcome, Bill from Dream Events. He's been in the service industry, rocking it and doing his thing for over 21 years. Now, Dream Events has been in business for 15 years, and Bill is an exciting moment this year. It is his first year. He's the new owner of Dream Events, taking it over and running with it. What Bill really, truly enjoys is helping people celebrate the most important events in their lives. So we are honored to have Bill Lambert with us today from Dream Events.
Thanks, Kevin. It's an honor to be here. Yep, we enjoy being behind the scenes and watching the brides and grooms and just love putting things together, and there's more satisfaction to watch go on than there is to step out in front. So I let that for pros like you. You are the man in front. We enjoy being in the back. So thanks today.
Hey, yes, honored you could be here. And then our last final awesomest cool dude, Austin James, is here today from the Nazareth Times and the Lehigh Valley Times. He's the director of operation over at the Lehigh Valley Times. What Austin truly loves and enjoys and passionate about his job is the wonderful people he meets and hearing their individual stories. He has a weekly show on WGPA in Bethlehem and Cultural in the Lehigh Valley. It's a Lehigh Times Live radio podcast.
Yeah, Culture in the Lehigh Valley is actually my co-host show, and Times Live Radio is our podcast segment on that show. So we're really excited about that partnership.
Excellent. So we're glad you could be on board today and to give us a little bit of news media aspect, not only for letting the community know what's going on, but also later on, you know, we're gonna have some questions about people watching, how they can find vendors for any type of event. So thanks everybody for joining us today.
Thank you.
Yeah, and then a shout out again to any of the attendees that are watching. Feel free to ask questions as well as comments. Share on your pages. I see we have a bunch on Zoom that are rocking here with us and on Facebook as well. So, and then Facebook, if you're there, hit that smash button, smash it, like, love. We want to see some stuff over that way. So thank you so much. So before we have a couple questions coming up, we came up with a couple on the back end here. So let's hit up with Roxy to kick off our beauty aspect here. Roxy, let's talk skin. There's so much to do with skin. So let's talk skin. And I want you to elaborate a little bit for those customers that are giving you a call. I have my skin, I come in your door, or my day's coming up. How do I prep it? Is it a day, a week, 2? Give us some insight on that process.
So as far as skin goes right now, being that we're not able to see some of our brides that are coming up in the next couple of months, we're not able to give them that full-on person-to-person kind of consultation. However, when they are coming in for the trial, we're always going to talk to them about what their skin texture is, their skin type, stuff like that. So we do always do an in-person consultation, but right now we're taking, myself and our senior artists are taking either FaceTime calls, talking to girls about their skin, and providing some insights on how to best prepare. Big one right now is you're always going to want to make sure to stay hydrated. Best time, this is actually the first time I've put makeup on since March 14th. So being in the makeup industry, you know, yes, you want to feel glamorous and you want to feel pretty and you want to feel good about it, but this is actually a key time to let your skin take a break. If you're getting married, this is the perfect moment to just start fresh, give your skin a nice clean slate.
Excellent. And I could go right there now because I'm growing this out. My hair is like poofy. I tell you, when I finally get my hair cut, I'm going to be like, Kev, you lost weight. Nope, I just lost 4 inches of fur.
It does look great, though.
Thanks so much.
Once every 3 weeks, it looks horrible. For today, just so I look presentable.
I gotta trim every couple days. I don't know about you guys.
Oh man, that's what I used to do. Every day I used to get up and shave, and I'm like, well, heck, April, May, June, we're good here for right now.
Hey, you're good.
So, hey, Bill, let's hit up on some questions here when we're planning an event. When it comes to you're a full-blown event service rental company. So let's chat a little bit about linens, and maybe not so much specific linens, but let's talk. Well, you have linens and you have a lot to choose from. Table covers, chair covers, napkins. Do I talk to my florist first? Which direction? What do I look at first when choosing colors? What's my base?
Whenever we meet with the bride, it's always what their vision is. I like to sit down, talk to them, find out what can we pull from what they've done. Have they met with the florist? It doesn't matter where we jump in the process. Typically, we'll try to pull off the bridesmaids dresses, bring that color out of the table. If they don't have that choice yet, then we'll start to look at what the floral arrangement's going to be and where those colors come from. Or, hey, let's start back. How did you guys meet? Where does that come into play? How do we bring that into the wedding? So there's a whole bunch of different angles. Depends on where they are in the process. If the venue's chosen, if the gowns are chosen, if the colors are, then we'll just try to pull that all together onto the table. So we can do a bunch of things with all of that.
Excellent. So a bunch of different directions to go, but you're there to help give guidance. That's awesome.
Sure. And what we find today is you know, you can go traditional, but there's a lot of brides that are really hitting some different, some funky. You know, up until we got to this point, it was a roaring 20s. And you know, with that, you saw all those roaring 20 colors come out. That we have one that we are literally got the head table is going to be a gold sequin tablecloth, 8-foot long banquet table. So, you know, it depends. I think you're going to see that come back when things go. There's going to be a lot of pent up energy and people are just going to want to have a good time.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, 100%. And it's going to go pretty quick. So now I loved what you were mentioning about the Great Gatsby theme and what was very popular then. Now I want to go into a little bit. You offer, a variety of different services at Dream Events. You name it, Dream Events can make it happen or create it for your event. Based off of all the services that you offer, can you let us know just a few of the most popular services your customers are raving about?
Well, right now we've hit a lot of we've had a couple of graduation events coming up. And hopefully that'll just continue. You know, shout out to all the seniors, guys. I feel for you. This should have been one of the fabulous times of the year for you guys. We will be here to help you celebrate. So again, when you plan an event, it's what is the vision? I want to start off with their vision, find out what they do, and then I blow that vision out with them. So we can go full blown. Hey, let's bring an ice cream machine in. Let's bring a snow cone machine in. Let's do cotton candy. You want to be a little elegant? Then we'll put a chocolate fountain and let that go. So food is huge. As you can see, food and I get along really well together.
Have a party with an ice cream machine. I want to have a party with an ice cream machine.
Let's do it. So that's I think where people break bread together, right? That's what brings people close. That's a lot of what we like to offer there. How do we bring that together? So that's kind of where I jump off. If, like I said, if venues are chosen, then we can play with the venue and see what they'll allow us to do.
Excellent. Hey, want to do a shout out, a great answer there. And thank you so much for the attendees on Zoom here. And I hear we have a great following that are tuning in on Facebook. So thank you so much. And if you just tuned in about 10 minutes in here, we have three amazing vendors here from Roxy, from Makeup by Roxy, Bill Lambert, Dream Events, and then we have our news media expert, Austin James. We're going to hit up on some questions there. So feel free to tag them. You'll see them in the post here. Hit up their companies. So we just talked a little beauty, talked a little bit about events with Dream Events. Let's hit up on a little curveball here with Austin. And we got to talk about it. We're all in quarantine here, and you are part of the news. You're out there not only reporting news, but sharing news. What's happening in our community. So I guess the question here I want to hit up on is, what can the community expect from the news outlets, radio, digital, print publications, TV, when we finally come out of this quarantine?
I really think that we can expect, or should expect at least, for the news media. I mean, not just news in terms of print and digital, radio, TV, everything. I think we need to see a lot more community support in terms of really supporting the small businesses to get them up and going again. Because really our economy is going to be up until that point on a 2-month standstill. So it's important for the public to understand and realize that all these businesses are back up. They're back up and running. Their services are being offered. The food's being served, makeup, events, all kinds of fun stuff. And I think we're going to see a really big burst of energy come out of this in terms of everyone's going to be so in that slump right now, that quarantine slump. And once this is all over, I think it's, we're going to see a big boom and going out to eat, shopping, all kinds of fun stuff. So.
Excellent. And Lehigh Valley Times is going to be there to help promote all of those businesses and let them know what's happening, right?
Yes, definitely. We're actually offering free promotion right now for businesses on our social media and on our Facebook group, everything. So.
Excellent. So that's a great media outlet, not only for us business owners to give you a call to say, hey, what can we do to get our face in the public? But it's also a shout out to the public to be like, hey, Lehigh Valley Times, they're there for you. They're going to have the answers that you need, right?
Yeah, definitely. We are. We love our community. We are a small outlet. We're not one of the big boys, but we like that though. We want to stay small. We want to support our community and its businesses. So that's what we're doing.
I'm glad you guys are there. I see your stuff every single day popping up, and it's just amazing how much you support everybody.
Thank you.
So, all right, Roxy, I want to hit up on you again really quick. So, of course, we rock a lot of weddings and stuff like that, and we get some questions and stuff like that. So, question coming across the board here is relation to moms. Moms, we love them. They're so sweet and they're so cute. But mom has had the same haircut. Okay, so this is what happens when you're live. This is my little one, everybody in the world. And what'd you give me? Nice little kitty.
It's from Royal Cats.
Oh, thank you. I feel like that guy on TV where he was doing a press release or something, and the little kid came in on a scooter. Did you guys see that?
Oh, yeah, it's funny.
So hey, anyway, so moms have the same haircut for the last 15 years.
Yes.
What can I do or prep her to adjust it, change it, add color? What can I do as a couple?
So first and foremost, you never really want to break somebody out of their complete comfort zone. You want to make sure that they still feel themselves, because that is when you're going to get the best photos. They're going to feel and look great, pretty overall. Things that you will kind of want to drop hints on. There's nothing wrong with a little trim off of the ends. Getting rid of those dead ends is going to help make sure that the style, slick back and everything curls fresh and looks really polished and pretty. It doesn't hurt to visit, if it is moms. My mom's probably watching this. She's going to yell at me. If it is moms and they're complaining to you about their gray hairs, it wouldn't help to visit your favorite salon with them. It's all about, besides the bride feeling really great, it's everybody. These are photos that are going to last a lifetime. So you're going to want to visit that.
Well, can you do anything about this gray here?
So, fun fact, we actually don't do, in our studio, we don't do any cuts or colors, chemical service. We figure all those out. So as far as that, I would send you to my senior stylist, Emily. She's over in Bethlehem, so she could help. But that's, right now, everybody's closed, so.
Good luck. Many people have tried.
Hang tight. Hang tight.
But that's what's great we love about Makeup by Roxy, because you're going to tell us what we, not only tell us what we need, but give us suggestions. And then for a service that you may not know, you're going to put your name behind it and recommend somebody that's going to complement what you're already offering perfectly.
Absolutely. We've been in this industry. It'll be 16 years for myself in August. So we've made friends throughout the industry. Kevin, you offer DJ services.
Yep.
You're offering planning services. Bill and Austin, you're there with the news. We've made friends across the industry. So it's not just about what we offer as a service, but also how we can help our brides come together and really plan the best event in general.
So now, if a customer comes to you for one of your services, say for the makeup and all that, what info should they have ready to come in with instead of just coming off the street with nothing? Is there anything that we could prep for when we come to you?
So are you talking about when they first inquire for booking, or when they have already booked and then they're coming to talk makeup what they want?
I would say hit up on both, but most important probably when they're first coming, I'm giving you a call. Is there anything I should expect?
Yeah, so most important factor, I start off all of our conversations with date. Even though we are a larger team, it's myself and I have a staff of 19. There are dates across the board that we're sold out. I get so many inquiries that say, hey, I need hair and makeup for my date, but I don't got a date. So first and foremost, date, come to me with where you get married or where you think you may be, even if it's a geographical, just a pin drop. I'm getting married in Easton. That's a huge helping factor. To be able to decide if we've got availability. And I know that helps with everybody across the board in the industry. General idea, as far as our brides go, we don't require you to come to us and know exactly how many people need hair and makeup services. If you know there's definitely 5 that need makeup and maybe 3 that need hair, that's enough to book the services and continue to plan. A lot of our brides come to us anywhere from 18 to 24 months in advance. So we don't need all of the final answers. We just need a little bit of substantial to go by.
Excellent. And same with you, Bill, right? You're that time frame too.
Yeah, well, I think now what we're going to find is we're going to be getting a little crunched and people are going to be coming to us last minute. But I've got reservations going out for the end of next year, next December in 2021. So we see it all kinds. We met some people at the Lehigh University event that were getting married in April. At the time. So, and they were looking for, services and, what can we do? We'll do whatever you want. We're here to take care of you and make your day special. So,
Absolutely.
Time frames can be wonky. And like I said, now I think you're really going to be up against some really tough time frames, especially when all this gets back up and running.
Oh, absolutely. Now, with all the services, I know we mentioned you do offer a lot. Can I just call you and get tables and nothing else? Or can I call you and just get Shivari chairs? Is that a possibility?
I've got a couple of emails coming through, and thanks, Kevin, for that. Is what I'm seeing come through now is people want to do virtual tours. They want to do virtual meetings. Can we call? Can we do FaceTime? Can we do Zoom? So, typically, you can call me. I have a wedding up at a UCC church that's calling me. They need tables. They don't need a whole lot else. They just need tables. We're doing some over at the American Club where we can just put out some chairs for the wedding ceremony. So, we can do all of that. It doesn't matter how big, how small, how little. We'll do whatever you need.
So I love the thing that you're bringing up with Zoom, just like what we're doing here today. We're able to stay quarantined, but still be able to connect and reach out to the world. I want to throw a shout out there. It was so wild. The Iron Pigs had a game last night. Did you guys see that? You're like, how did they have a game? It was a virtual game.
Cool.
And it was all played online with the players, and it was so wild. It was pretty cool. So it had commentary and everything. So it's just a different way of thinking about what we're doing here and how we can get to our audience. And that brings me over there to Austin there with a question in regards to, with this pandemic, and how is it impacting small and large news outlets and radio stations and in bringing news to the community?
I really think that, right now, I actually just had a question from a woman, Q&A named Michelle, and she was just asking me, how are businesses going to be able to advertise, once the economy opens back up? Now, that's a big part of your question, Kevin, because I really think that a lot of advertisers and sponsors, maybe not a lot, but some, are definitely falling off because the economy shut down and those businesses, no more money's coming in. So I think that you're going to find a lot of smaller outlets shutting down, ones just getting started, maybe ones that have been around for a long time, losing a lot of business and money. But like I said, I think we all need to stand together, and I think we all need to be there for each other. And I think that by offering, Michelle, to answer your question, by offering affordable advertising, like once this is all over, we will have a special for our advertisers and sponsors for a lower rate so they can get back on their feet as well. So I think it's important to work with the community to really, right now, see it flow during these times, definitely.
Excellent. I know you're talking about advertising and helping out vendors and stuff. I had a question with, you work with WGPA in your weekly on-air show. Times Live Radio is your podcast, and then you're also the director of the Lehigh Valley Times. With all these different news and outlets to get information out to the world and the community, what are you offering or doing differently or creative to help businesses advertise now and then coming out of this for the summertime?
We're doing a lot of one-to-one advertising. So what we love about, our brand specifically is that we are a smaller outlet, and we're also all digital. So we don't have any kind of print over cost or overhead. So we can offer a lot more affordable packages, but we also work with a really good graphic design team that makes up really good graphics for us and really good. We can do interactive, and we can do digital ads as well, and also animated ads too. So we offer a little bit more in terms of, we can be more flexible with our advertising and what we offer. We do a lot of social media promotions, shout outs, tags, blasts, everything.
Excellent. Now you can talk to those vendors on the phone or even a Zoom thing like right now.
Exactly.
Excellent. And then I guess we'll talk to our team on the back end. We will do links at the bottom of this too on how to have them reach out to you directly, right?
Yeah.
You'll have communication lines we'll be able to give us. Perfect. Roxy, I want to hit it back on you. Everybody loves, beautifying themselves, especially right now. I always see these little memes online, which is kind of crazy. Like, you're not seeing so many selfies being taken out that all the hair salons and makeup artists are closed.
How about that?
So, but a lot of times everybody thinks hair, makeup, and beauty, just women. And I wanted to come in with a question here of males, guys, what are you doing? And can you hit up on, do you bring in gentlemen? Not you, but can I come to you? And also, what fields are people possibly in the male getting makeup done?
Yeah, so we actually do a lot of male grooming services. It's not something we offer on location as far as hair goes. So we're not doing any shape ups or anything like that on wedding day. But what we do offer quite a bit is any blemish or spot treatment coverage. That is actually pretty popular for a lot of our grooms. And then we actually offer, totally aside from our bridal, we offer a lot of commercial work. So we're working with a lot of our local, state, and federal politicians for any of the news and media outlets. We do a lot with our local PBS station. Right before everything with the shutdown, I had a custom color match for foundation for previous Mayor Rudy Giuliani. We sat down and we talked about foundation, skin, and things that are actually going to help you look great on camera. So for even Zoom meetings, stuff like this, you want to put your best face forward. So we do offer quite a few mail services in that regard.
Excellent. Good. I'm glad you mentioned some things like that. Go ahead, Austin.
Oh no, I just said that's really cool.
That is cool. Maybe we should have talked more about that yesterday.
There you go.
Right.
Hey, you know what? And sometimes it's even things as simple as, it doesn't have to be full-fledged foundation or anything like that. It's as simple as a powder to tone down any oils, moisturizer to chime in on any dryness, stuff like that. So we do offer a lot of custom mail services as far as skin goes.
I should have brought in a co-host today, I think.
I see this. I've got one too back here.
Yours is behaving and sleeping.
He was nesting earlier, though, if you saw that fucking motion.
So that's great. You picked up on some great points there. You know, thinking whether it's a photo shoot or politicians or corporate event, people don't think, but sometimes you might need just a touch up. I know when we used to do promo videos and stuff, the cinematography team would come in and just put some stuff on, not to look crazy and, you know, makeup wise like Halloween, but it stops the glare. It makes a better photo happen.
It does. At the end of the day, sometimes it's just enough to kind of smooth things out. Kevin, you and I have had to talk about moisturizer multiple times.
Yes, definitely.
But yeah, at the end of the day, it doesn't have to be an excessive amount of makeup. Sometimes it is really just, like I said, putting your best face forward.
Wonderful. And people, when they find a makeup artist that they love and they're thinking destination weddings, what would they do if they came across you and they found your product and they're having a destination wedding? Can they still have you?
That's the easiest to answer. I'll be there.
I love it.
That's the shortest answer I can give you. Yeah, we'll be there. Our team actually does a ton of destination weddings. I travel quite frequently, and that's really what ultimately led our team to do these destination weddings. Brides have found us online on Facebook, sent us messages and asked if we travel for weddings, and long story short, the answer is always just yes. You know, we will leave our Catasauqua-based studio and go into Bethlehem, but then we also have weddings in September. We're heading to Paris for an elopement. So we just got back in February, we were in Key West. So destination, the really nice thing about that is, you know, not only are you going based off of photos that you're seeing on there, but sometimes these brides have the opportunity to come in, meet with us, and we travel with them.
That's nice. It's almost like you becoming their family.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, not just another vendor.
Right. And that's what we really strive for at the end of the day. These brides it's not just a wedding day. We spend a ton of time with them in the morning. We get them ready. We're talking to them and communicating with them, planning not only their weddings, but sometimes bachelorette party makeup and bridal shower makeup. So we've really been there over the course of planning. And after that, we see our brides, they get married, we send and celebrate these photos and their images with them, and we see them back for other special life moments. So it's not just here for wedding day.
And I think that's what makes this industry cool, is because if you meet with a couple or bride or group early in the process, you get to talk to them the whole time. You know,
Absolutely.
bride and grooms come in 2 and 3 times as they change their minds. They want to do this. Can we do this? How we do this? So and then at the end of when everything is said and done, just to watch that whole event come off flawlessly, or at least that's what they think. On the back end, we know what happens. But I think that is just what makes this so such a good industry to be in, because you get to do that, you get to connect, because it is about relationships. When all is said and done, it is all about relationships. So, and I think that's what makes this so rewarding.
So those that are just tuning in here, we are live on Zoom as well as live on Facebook, and we have 3 amazing panelists here that are here today. Just talking was Bill Lambert from Dream Events, a full-blown event production company here. Anything you need, from linens, chairs, silverware, anything created, he's got it for you. We have Austin James from the Lehigh Valley Times, our news media outlet, rocking it with us here, answering your questions. And of course, the amazing one and only Roxy from Makeup by Roxy. Anything beauty, she is there for you. So Roxy, I had a quick question. I know it just came through here for you. What if a bride comes in and they did not like their first trial? What should they expect from their makeup artist going at the next step?
Yeah, so we've actually had it happen, and My thought and theory is that not everybody's going to be your client. Makeup artistry is an art, and sometimes you really need to align yourself with the client. If they're coming from another location where they didn't like their trial, we ask them to bring those photos with. We'll sit down and talk to you and go step by step what you didn't actually like about it. And it's not to criticize other vendors, and it's not to, say things are wrong. Makeup artistry is an art form, and I always stress to our clients, there's nothing wrong with what was done. You may not have liked it, and it may not have felt comfortable for you, but what can we do to improve on that? So we have all of our girls bring in different imagery of the trial that they didn't like, and then also things that they want to go for. Artistry wise, we'll sit down and we'll go back and forth on it. You might bring me a super beautiful photo, but what is it about that photo that really chimes in for you? Is it the eyes? Is it the lip color tone? The other things that we talk about, if you had a trial you didn't like, tell me what you didn't like and what you absolutely loved. So it really helps cultivate both your image of beauty and then ours as well to really make that happy.
Good insight. I love it. Always good. Hey, I had a question come in here from Rich, and I'll kind of answer this one here. I never really introduced myself, but people always slap me for it. Kevin, Rockin, or Bailey, representing the entertainment aspect of things. I had a question come in here. With the current climate, what are you seeing in regards to graduations, specifically our own area, as well as possibly New Jersey? And they have some concerns with the governor's news today about extending the quarantine and what we should expect from graduations and proms and stuff. So an answer more to that one, Rich, is currently all of our proms in this area, none have officially canceled. It's one of those things that they're looking at alternative dates. Even July and August, they're pushing them back to. Roxy might be able to know a little bit on this one as well then too. But none have canceled yet. They're postponing them or they're holding out. And they're going to wait until the last minute, especially in our area, because yes, the schools are not going back in, but it's the kids want to do a prom. They want to get together that last time and see each other. But on the same side, the schools want to be cautious, and so is the community on being very conscious of big gatherings. So when you get 150 to 500 kids in a prom or more, it could be very challenging, everything we've done for the last 2 months. So for right now, the schools are postponing them and or waiting until the last minute to make an adjustment. How about your take on that, Roxy? What have you seen as well?
Yeah, we've actually heard a couple of our regular clients are on prom committees in the local area schools. I've heard from a couple of the girls that they are postponing. We are seeing some of the schools that are a little bit more north of us moving to the end of June. We actually even had some of the proms on the outskirts of the Lehigh Valley. Those girls are contacting us and letting us know that, while their school can't do it on May 2nd as they anticipated, they're going for midweek in June. I know Saucon Valley had recently made the announcement for Wednesday, June 2nd, or June 3rd, rather. But yeah, they're opting for midweek. It's a chance for these young groups to still get together and celebrate what they've worked so hard for.
We had a prom we were supposed to deliver some linens for in April, and I just talked to the venue, and they haven't canceled it. They're just, like Roxy said, pushing it back. Hopefully June, get it ready. I actually talked to somebody in Northampton. She's on the student council yesterday. She's a neighbor of ours, and they're planning the graduation possibly at Becky's. So
okay,
drive-in graduation. At least the families get to see their kids walk across the stage. It'll be, in the car, have everything done. They'll walk across the stage, at least get to celebrate, honk the horns. So could be a little bit louder, but at least they're getting a chance to celebrate.
Still, yeah.
Yep, but that's what's nice. I just got Jenny over here tagged in from Bear Creek. We love events over there. They're mentioning how, same as you were saying there, Roxy, proms and stuff, Thursdays or even Sundays. They're thinking about odd days to have them than your normal Saturday or Friday night.
I think with the industry postponing as a whole, you're not only having, I know a lot of us do weddings, but you're having events postponed as a whole. If you're a large scale event, we had a ton of quinceañeras postponed. We've had proms start to postpone. We've had weddings start to postpone. So those prime Saturdays, while you may have had them in April and May for prom, the opportunity, you're cramming a lot into the next couple months. So those prime Saturdays aren't happening as people are anticipating. We have brides that are opting in for Wednesday and Thursday weddings just because they know they want that experience. They want to be able to get married. They want to celebrate. So it's not a bad thing. There's 7 days in a week. And quite frankly, as makeup artists and hairstylists, yes, my team works predominantly Thursday through Sunday, but we are more than happy to come celebrate with you on a Monday if that's what it takes.
Absolutely. I think the whole industry, you'll see this whole dynamic shift in the industry to a Monday through Sunday, type of thing as this gets going, because you can't shift 2020 to 2021 because you've already got 2021 starting to be booked up. So I think you'll see a lot of Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday weddings. It'll be interesting to see when everything gets said and done where things go. But yeah, it'll definitely put a stretch and we'll definitely have to get imaginative to how we do things.
Thursday would be a great day to have it because then people can still have a very long weekend when you add the Thursday. And what's really important about, especially hopefully, Facebook audience, thank you. Smash those loves and like buttons, and then don't forget to share, because some really good things we're talking about here is proms and schools and graduations and date changes, and that brings in Lehigh Valley Times and Austin, who's the news media outlet who has us covered with getting that news out. Right, Austin?
Got that right.
So please feel free, hit us up, make comments below. We're going to have Austin's contact information down below. If not, hit him up personally or on the Lehigh Valley Times. But they're there to make sure that the community knows what's happening, when it's happening, or if there's going to be a postponement. So it's really great. I know we have a eclectic mix of panelists here today, but we want to hit up on everything to help you in the community.
And speaking of events, Kevin, too,
yeah.
Personally here in Nazareth, we actually had the Great Nazareth Carnival just postponed from June until September.
Yeah.
A lot being affected. The Chamber has had to, postpone and reschedule a lot of their events. The NADC, a lot of things are being affected by this. So I really think that at the end of it, I think it's going to be, we're going to come out of this strong,
100%. And it's great to have the Lehigh Valley Times here, part of it. You just mentioned the carnival. I just saw that this morning. Yep. And the weekend that they pushed it, that might be a weekend that people like to go camping or visiting somewhere else. And they might be like, oh, but I love the carnival. I've been into it the last X amount of years. Mm-hmm. Let's go camping the weekend before so we can be in town right before the kids go back to school.
Exactly.
And they're going to find that information out by going to, you. That brings to the question, thinking news outlets and your specific brand and what you're doing. What do you see the future of the Lehigh Valley Times?
Really, I see for us, we are definitely always transitioning, always looking to be better and to grow. And we are definitely, once we're out of this quarantine, we're going to be going really strong into stepping up our foodie game, because we really love to go out to eat and, promote all those good restaurants we have here in the Valley. We want to focus on a lot of arts and entertainment, a lot of fun, concerts and all kinds of fun stuff, We're also going to be reporting on Valley News too, of course, but, we want to focus more so on fun stuff going on, especially food. We love food.
Don't we all?
Oh, yeah.
Bill has a chocolate fountain. I know that.
Oh, I know. I'm like, Bill, come on, hook me up here,
We did a chocolate fountain at the America on Wheels about a month or so ago, and it went over absolutely phenomenally. Took a little bit. They had to get through dinner. We tried to push chocolate for dinner. Nobody wanted it. Wanted it. We say once it got going, and most popular, believe it or not, was strawberries. I know that's a shock, but who can resist chocolate-covered strawberries?
Yeah, that's so good. Or chocolate-covered cantaloupe. Have you had that yet?
No.
Oh, that's good.
We had people bringing up shrimp that they wanted to dip into the chocolate. So we said, be a little wild for us, believe it or not.
I'm a shrimp fan. It's a little weird.
Yeah.
I have a question here that just came in, and it is going to be going for Bill and Roxy. Okay, how far out are you both seeing postponements? We've had July weddings inquire But at this time, every wedding, April, May, have totally postponed, and the first week in June. What are you both seeing in your individual industries on postponements?
Ladies first.
Oh, thanks, Bill. So we actually, Saturday, March 14th was our last successful wedding. We lost our last weekends of March. We lost all of April. And we're almost down to losing all of May. We do have 2 remaining weddings in May, one outside in the Harrisburg area and then one in the Poconos area. Those girls, personal decision, they're waiting as long as they possibly can. They do still want to get married in May. It's a date that was very near and dear to them, and they picked it for a reason, so they're trying their hardest to hold on to it. We personally haven't entertained anything as far as the June, July, any further months. They're currently not under government mandate. I will absolutely talk to a bride with it if it's something that she's considering. But at this point in time, I feel that those are, don't rush to make those decisions. There's a lot of planning that's been involved with this. We spent a ton of time planning and getting things ready and together. I understand there's a lot of uncertainty and unknown, but at the end of the day, there is still time for those, and things are coming every single week. We're finding out new information as weeks go by.
Yeah, same thing here. I mean, we've lost all of March. April is gone as well. I've been reaching out to people that have either wanted to do it or just questioning, but for the most part, April's gone. And now it's basically a week by week. I'm going through May, through June, and reaching out personally to each and every bride or venue that we have contracts with to say, hey, we're here for you. Let us know. Don't change anything yet. Until they shut summer down, they open the doors up in the end of May. Who knows if, or the end of April 30th comes and the president may say, hey, we're good, let's go. No need to change anything yet. Like Roxy said, you've made so many plans, worked so hard. Don't shut it down yet. So right now, April's done. We're keeping our fingers crossed for May.
Gotcha. Now I'll take a little bit on that one with the entertainment aspect is what our concerns were for May. Mostly all of our weddings moved. Some corporate are sticking in there and waiting it out, as well as schools and proms that are just waiting. The weddings pretty much postponed or rescheduled to a new date. And the reason behind it is you might have a wedding the 3rd or 4th week in May. But what we're coming across is some of the couples are, well, my guests are from out of town. And yes, it's been lifted, but they don't want to get on a plane right away, or they don't want to go out. Another thing is some of our customers, well, they haven't been working for the last 2 months, and they need an extra buffer. So that's what we're finding when it comes to that, or even getting out, save the dates, or resave the dates. They need more time. So most of ours, same with you guys, entertainment-wise, we are, they're moving their dates.
Yep.
So.
Across the board with Maze.
The one thing that I heard that I didn't realize, but I heard this about probably a month ago, was some of the brides were actually still waiting on getting their dresses. They've gotten their dresses ordered. They've been all sized up, waiting for it to come, and it was unfortunately coming from in a port somewhere getting delivered. So that's something that at first I didn't even really think about that until one bride said, my dress was supposed to be here in January. It's now February and I don't have it.
Yeah, and then they got to get it. They got to do another fitting. They got to do an alteration, and that stuff takes some time.
Absolutely. So there's just there's so many unknowns right now. It's a crazy time.
Yeah, it's just the vendors need to be able to work with each customer and help them out the best that they can for peace of mind on rescheduling, postponing. I know one of our customers, but we got lucky. All of ours were able to reschedule, and we made it work. Some were this year, some were next year. We made it work. There's 2 right now. One is they don't have a date, and then the other one, he got deployed and is in the military, and it's like, okay, so we don't mess around at Rockin or O'Malley. We extended them to the end of 2022. We're like, whenever you want, come back at us, and we'll make sure that the magic comes together. I see a lot of things in some of these groups of what's going on. What are you guys doing? I have an upset customer. If you treat your customer like family and truly care about them, you're not going to have an upset customer. Hopefully, you're going to have one that's unrealistic, probably. But if you treat them like family and just work with them, it's going to be really good. So that's what my advice, and that's what we've been doing with us. Just work with them. Yes, we're going to lose a date next year. We've had April dates moved to May of next year. Yeah, I'm losing I'm losing a whole weekend, but we're all in this together. I believe if we do it right, it's going to come back tenfold with all of our businesses.
Yeah, I agree.
And a lot of these couples found you for the reason that they did. They enjoy your services, and taking that extra step and going an extra year out with them. It's not just us, and it's not just you in the entertainment. It's everybody as a whole that's making that shift for that couple that found those vendors for a reason.
I agree. I think, obviously we're all in business to earn a living and to put food on the table for our families, but in this industry, it's got to be more than that. It's got to be, you're here to watch the excitement, to watch the joy, to build that up, to make a day that, you'll never forget. I remember all aspects, maybe not all, depending on what time of day it was, of my wedding some 20 years ago. That's what we're here for. So, and that, you have to give that. If it's about the dollar sign, you're in the wrong industry. You just really are. It is about the bride and groom. It is about the celebration. It's about family. I don't think that can be impressed enough in any way, shape, or form with these conversations, and to let the bride and groom know that we're here for you guys.
Yes.
Fair enough. I like it.
Now, the audience here on Zoom as well as Facebook, thank you all for watching. Don't forget to hit like, share, love. We are glad you're here. You can still ask questions. We have about 15 more minutes to go. We just got done wrapping up a little bit of talking in regards to how vendors are pretty much trying to do whatever we can for you. Now, on the other side, I really want to do a shout out, more knowledge shout out is don't try to play your vendors if you're the customer. If you're going to move a date or whatever, just be honest. If you really want to cancel, tell the vendor why. I haven't had these experiences totally yet, but just remember, the vendors talk. Just like our customers are our family, the vendors are a family. So what you're trying, as a customer, what you're trying to get through a photographer or a bridal dress or a cake, you better be telling the venue the exact same thing, because we're going to work together as a team to make sure your day can be rescheduled, postponed, whatever the case is. So I just want you to know, be honest with your vendors, because we hope they are, just like us four here, we're going to be honest with you. So that's so important. So yeah, a little bit longer here. I want to hit up with Roxy. I know you mentioned Zoom before. During quarantine now, I know we got like 20 more days. In the state of Pennsylvania, if you're Jersey, it's May 20th. But I don't want to wait. I need to start planning. Can I call you? Can I start Zooming? Can we do something to work with you?
Yeah, you can do whatever you want at this point. So Zoom is new to us. This is the first time I've logged on, besides yesterday during our little launch. But I have always invited our clients, and as a wedding vendor, it's something you should be optimizing regularly. I invite our clients, email, text message, phone call. The only thing I'm not really a big fan on is Facebook Messenger. Those things get lost in the mix. So if you ever hit us up on Facebook Messenger, have them turned off. It directs you right to our email. But contact us and reach out, whatever is the best way for you. I am more than happy to log on to Zoom or log on to FaceTime. There's an app called House Party where we've been meeting with people and talking and making sure that things are really planned in detail. We're not having the opportunities to meet with our brides right now, but that's not to say we can't do it through the telephone, even a voice and video chat.
And people need to know all platforms, even Instagram. I know you're big on that. You do stuff there. I can message you on Instagram too, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, you feel free to reach out to us. Instagram and Facebook, like I said, they're not our best ways to go back and forth with messages, but we'll always answer and we'll connect with you in a way that works.
Hey, Bill, let's throw a curveball here with the questions here. I know personally I've known you for just a few years, and it's great how our paths have crossed back around here. I know from way back in the day your determination and desire for perfection and consistency is first class all the way in whatever avenue you want to tackle in your life. What led you to this specific industry of coming over from the other services and food and stuff to full-blown events and rentals, and what Dream Events is now?
Okay. We only have 15 minutes, right?
Yes. Start.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it short. Well, Kevin and I have known each other. I was in the restaurant industry 21 years, and Kevin was an up-and-coming manager, and you knew right away. I mean, his personality has never changed. This is who he was 20 some odd years ago, is who he is now. So kudos to that. But being in that industry, being in that service industry, it just feels right. It's where I like to be. It's where I like to watch people enjoy themselves. Like I said, that's why food's so big for me. Food is a place, you're at a table, you're talking. It's where you can be yourself. So that's really where my love of service came from. I left. I went to all kinds of different industries. Everything from disaster restoration to cleaning and maintenance. But where my love is service. So when this opportunity came, I also done real estate. I am a licensed real estate agent. So it's another backdoor service. But when this opportunity came to take over this industry, to get back in, to watch people celebrate, that's what it is. I mean, whether it's a Sunday morning after church celebration, having lunch, brunch, or whether it's, a wedding reception with everything coming together and a new life, that's where, can I say yayas? That's where I get my yayas. Can I say that on Facebook Live?
Beep, beep.
So that's where I came from. So when
Okay.
they came, it honestly, it felt right.
Excellent. Yeah, and we're looking to forward to this year, summertime, and continuing to rock out with you, your wife, and the whole team over there at Dream Events.
Absolutely. Hopefully, if things go well, maybe Kevin, we can get back together and we'll shout out a big surprise.
Yes.
So let's just keep that quiet for now, just until we can make sure it happens.
100%. Looking forward to that stuff. So, hey, and before we finish up here, a couple more minutes. We're all on Zoom. COVID-19. This is why we're here. I want to hit up one more here with Austin. Currently, the Lehigh Valley Times, being the news outlet that we're going to here, as well as the Nazareth Times, which is a local group for our local area. What can the community expect with being updated and informed about COVID-19 and what's going on?
I really think it's important to spread a lot of more positive community news. That's what we really like to focus on. We also like to keep the community updated with what the governor is saying. I think that's very important. But I think in terms of this, there's a lot. I mean, media is getting a really bad rap right now. And it's, you have a lot of differences between big mainstream media and small community outlets like myself. And also even on radio, like I'm on the radio, but we're not part of a big organization like Cumulus Media, who owns like the Hawk and all kinds of different things. They're a much larger organization. So they have to be a little bit more careful with what we do and say. Although we are on the radio and are broadcasters, we still have to be careful, but we're community media. So we're community radio. So I think that, that's really important for, especially smaller outlets to really cover more positive stuff in terms of Corona. You know what I mean? I think there's a lot of fear mongering right now going on, a lot of fear spreading, and we need to stop that. Enough fear. I want positive stuff,
100%. Yeah, that's what I've been seeing too when I go online with you guys, when I see your stuff.
Thank you.
That's awesome. Roxy, does your assistant there want to say anything?
She's not much for speaking.
She's just in heaven. I love it.
She's like, man, I love being on camera.
You know what? If I could refocus where the actual camera is and zoom down, she has both her paws on the keyboard.
She's been taking all the answers.
She is pretty ridiculous. She answers emails with me pretty often, to be fair. So if there is ever a typo, it's typically because there's a dog paw involved.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, so it's a Soleil. She's my shadow.
So we're almost done here at the 3 o'clock mark. As you can see, this whole hour we had fun here. I had one of my little ones swing in. We got Roxy's little one there. But just to recap, thank you for all the attendees that tuned in today. We love your support there. Our Facebook audience came up and down, so thank you so much for tuning in there. We're just here to give back. And let's recap a little bit. We got Austin James, the Lehigh Valley Times news media outlet. Thank you so much, Austin, for being with us today.
Thank you so much, Kevin. Thank you.
Bill Lambert, new owner of the amazing Dream Events, who's been in the business here 15 years. We're excited to have you taking it over and rocking it this year. So thanks, Bill, for being here.
Thank you. Thanks for the opportunity.
And then the gorgeous and amazing Roxy Williams for Makeup by Roxy.
And Soleil.
Thank you both for being here.
You know.
And once again, my name is Kevin Rockin Romali, but it's not about, individuals here. It's about all of us caring about the community and giving back to you. So hopefully we're able to answer your questions. Go ahead, Billy.
Thank you for doing all of this. So you've worked real hard to connect a bunch of different vendors the last 2 weeks. You are actually a guru when it comes to things like this. So thank you for keeping the industry and the vendors together.
Oh, you are so welcome. And I'm glad you guys are on board. We try something new. We're going to do it again next Saturday from 2 to 3. Keep an eye on all of our social media outlets on what that's going to be next week. We try to keep it event related, but we might throw a curveball in next week. Whatever we do, it's free. It's for the community, and we're just getting out there to get you answers to your questions. So, do you guys want to have anything else to talk about, or something that we might have missed, or anything about your business, community, any events, what's happening, trends?
Just have a happy Easter. Have a happy,
Yes.
safe Easter.
Enjoy tomorrow. What's that, Roxy?
Happy Bunny Day.
Yay!
All right. Thanks so much, everyone. I greatly appreciate it.
Gotcha, awesome. Hey, I got to do a shout out. I saw it on Facebook today. Vigilance Hose Fire Company over there in Nazareth. I don't know Nazareth Times if you guys saw that. If you guys swing over to their Facebook page, Vigilance, shout out to all of them over there. A lot of the community was reaching out about an Easter egg hunt and stuff like that, what was going on. And I truly respect everybody over there. What they decided to do was hold back, not do the Easter egg hunt, of course, but also not go out in the fire trucks and stuff. And I know it's really hard this time because people want to see people, but they have respect and character and leadership for the community by not going out. Because when there's a true accident, those firefighters are healthy and good and can come out. So shout out to them for postponing the festivities to something even bigger and grander once we're out of quarantine. So.
Seriously, the whole Vigilance Hose crew over there is amazing. And I know that, a lot of, a bulk of their income is actually from these events. And since they're being postponed, they take a hit. So please support your local fire department. That's important.
100%. They do a lot and they're out there. So we have to stay at home, but you have nurses and trash workers and linemen and food preparers. They're all going out. If something happens, if they're in an accident or whatever, we're counting on these amazing volunteers to go out and take care of them. So let's not be selfish as a community and ask them to come out in trucks and stuff, okay? Let's let them be home with their families right now. And Vigilance, shout outs, you're awesome. So whatever they need, you can count on any one of our divisions to help you out.
Let's give a shout out to all the other, we've done first responders, we've done the second responders, all your truck drivers, all your restaurant workers, all your grocery store workers. I've got a 16-year-old daughter who is at Weiss Market working today. Shout out to her. Everybody there. It's not an easy environment to be in. It's not an easy environment to keep a smile on your face. So to all you guys, while we get to sit home, I know we're going crazy, they're out there taking chances. Thank you to everybody.
Yeah, thank you.
So one big shout out. Thank you, Zoom audience. Thank you, Facebook audience. And of course, thank you to the community that continues to support all of our businesses here. We are excited and on our tippy toes to be able to celebrate with you really soon. So, and thank you so much to our panelists here, Austin, Bill, and Roxy.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
you.
Thank you, audience. Appreciate your time.
Take care.
All right, you guys have a great day. We'll see you later.
Later.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.